الرحيم نحمد ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعنده مفاتح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو ويعلم ما في البر والبحر وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها ولا حبة في ظلمات الأرض ولا رطب ولا يابس إلا في كتاب مبين صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. When we say to believe in Tawheed, we have at times this thought that it means to believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whereas the Tawheed has a very vast and great definition and a meaning behind it, that we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we believe in His attributes, we believe Him in to be the perfect. From all of His attributes, for example, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all hearing, He is all seeing, He is our creator, He is our sustainer. Out of these attributes, there are two attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are two sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are the most distinct. And those are ilm and qudrat, the knowledge and the power. So these two attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are great. The explanation behind this is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has complete knowledge of everything. That thing that will exist, something which is not existing, something which is open, something which is closed, something which is large, something which is small, particles, atoms. So in His knowledge, there's every single thing. So the ayah that was just recited at the beginning, وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of all, He says عِنْدَهُ at the beginning of the sentence to tell and explain to us that it is only with Him. The word عِنْدَهُ means with Him, by Him. So is negating and taking and removing out any other people, any other being. That this, whatever is going to be mentioned, is only by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ. The word mafatih is a plural of miftah. Now you have in the tafsir, the explanation, that either you take the word miftah or you take the word maftah with a zabar. Now if you take it with a zabar with a maftah, it means a treasure. And if you take the word with a zir, with a kasra, is miftah, it means a key. So by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the treasures, or you can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a key. So here, if you combine both of them as well, it still makes, the outcome is still the same, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who owns the keys of the treasure. He owns the keys of the treasure. So وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ. Now He has the key of the treasures to al-ghayb. Now what does al-ghayb mean? Al-ghayb in the tafsir Mazari is explained that something which has not come into existence. That's one meaning. Number two, something which has come into existence, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not let other person nor any other being know of that existence. So the first one is something that has not come into existence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of that. And number two, something has come into existence, but still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of that and nobody else is aware of that. The example of the first one is, for example, Qiyamah itself. Whatever is going to happen in the future, who is going to be born, where is he going to be born, what will he do, how long will he live, how many breaths will that person take, how many steps will that person take, where will he be born, where will he be buried, how much sustenance will he have, what time and how much, all of these details, when will it rain, how will it rain, how much will it rain. So all of these are such knowledge that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has. He hasn't come into existence yet, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of that. And the second one, where he has come into existence, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the true detail about that. The example of that is a fetus in the womb of the woman, where he has come into existence, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has complete awareness and complete knowledge of it. Yes, nowadays we may, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has complete knowledge of it. Now what knowledge does He have? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of the gender of the body, of the baby. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has knowledge of the character of the baby. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the, all details about how the child will be. Will he be male, female? Will he be handsome? Will he be looking, not handsome? What sort of attitude will he have? What sort of character will he have? So all of these details. So this is the second meaning of al-ghayb, where he has come into existence, but even then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has still got the knowledge of that. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا عِندَنَا خَزَائِنُ وَمَا نُنَزِّلُهُ إِلَّا بِقَدَرٍ مَعْلُومٍ. That everything that we have in the treasure is in the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's knowledge, and we only send down particular measure from this treasure and from this knowledge. We only send down to the world and to the angels on a very small measured knowledge. Now, what this means is that sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sends down revelation to the Anbiya. He may He'll do ilham to a pious person, where they will be able to have this kashf and be able to have this feeling of something that which we cannot generally see. So even though they are able to see something that we generally cannot see, does not mean that they have the knowledge of the unseen. Now what is here? There's two different things here. One is al-ghaib and one is the anba'ul ghaib. One is the knowledge of the unseen and one is to inform of the knowledge of the unseen. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a complete knowledge of the unseen, and through revelation, through ilham, through kashf, the anbiya or the awliya are able to inform you of the knowledge of that unseen. So this is slightly different, two different points here. So وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of what is on the earth, what is in the ocean. Now, going back to the ilmul ghayb part, one point mentioned here is that nowadays we may, when the mother is expecting, they may be able to do the scan and reveal the gender of the fetus and the baby. Now here, there's not, if you were able to find out the gender of the baby, does not mean that the person has the knowledge of the unseen. Does not have the knowledge of the unseen. Why? Because that is through observation. Something we saw, then we are revealing what we saw through the instrument and through the tool. So that does not mean that the person has the knowledge of the unseen. Another example of this is that they predict the weather. Now if they're predicting the weather, and it may come out true, it may come out false, that does not mean that they have the knowledge of the weather of the future. No, they look at the speed of the rain or the clouds, and through all this observation, they predict. Now, if you were to tell the forecast that, give us the forecast for 1 month ahead, they will not be able to do so. They don't have that knowledge. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the complete knowledge of every single being that's in every single fetus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of all types of weather and when will it rain and how will it rain. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has complete knowledge of that. So وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of what's on the earth and what's in the ocean. Now if you were to look, nowadays NASA and all of these, they invent many tools in way to understand the earth, to observe the earth, to come with new discoveries. Now all of these discoveries are coming out now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has had the knowledge from the beginning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has had the knowledge from the beginning. And if you were to look at the earth itself, 70% of it is water. 70% of the earth is water. Only 29-30% of it is land itself. And even there's a lot of it is still part of the water as well. Now, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of that is that what is on the earth, the amount of trees are on the earth, on the mountains of the earth. We may be able to observe and measure the mountain. We may be able to observe and maybe count the number of mountains on earth. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the complete knowledge of every single thing. The vastness of the earth, the vastness of the mountains, the vastness of the trees themselves. Then after that, what else we need to understand is that these things that we may be able to discover are all through tools, all through other inventions. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of all of this without any tools, without any knowledge. The mountain are something big, something in size they are large. But وَمَا تَسْقُطُ مِنْ وَرَقَةٍ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that no leaf on this earth falls to the ground except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has knowledge of that. There's no tool in the world, there's no being in the world will be able to tell you the full cycle of one leaf when it was created until it dies. Now when we see the leaf on the earth or on the ground, we'll see the end result of it. But the beginning result of that leaf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has exact knowledge of how did that leaf begin, where did it begin. Every single leaf in the world that falls onto the earth, onto the off the tree, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of that. How long will it sway and how long will it come onto the earth, how will it land onto the earth, the shape of the leaf and all details of the leaf Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the knowledge of. So this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala This is how great our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our iman. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to take lessons from the Quran, and also to strengthen our, protect our iman and strengthen our iman. Allahumma ameen. Subhanallah bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahim. Brothers are kindly requested also to go to the madrasa. Jazakallah.